The Wanderers Club in Johannesburg dates back 134 years to October 1888. The multi-sport aspect of the club, together with its vibrant social facilities, has always marked it out. Over the years, it's produced a myriad of national stars in a wide variety of sporting codes. In the mid-1970s, the Wanderers had over 10,000 members, and while that number has dwindled, the passion for sport remains. A brand new hockey Astro has just been laid. Wanderers hockey chairman Gary Davies tells us more.
Wanderers is in a unique position at the moment. We've just upgraded our facilities. We have possibly, and I'll say this tongue-in-cheek, one of the best turfs because it's only just been laid. It literally last week got finished as the top FIH spec in the country. So certainly from an Astro, we've got the best possible facilities. We've recently put in a unique LED lighting system, flew it out from the States, and again, that's one of a kind in South Africa, as well as we've upgraded our irrigation. So from the sports facilities point of view, we've got an amazing setup. But I think from a team's point of view, we put out each week, we put out 7 men's teams, 5 women's teams. There's a position for people to play in competitive league no matter what standard they are. That's excluding the juniors and obviously the masters that we've got.
I've been involved with the Wanderers Club since I could remember. I've been lucky enough, my father was a member here since he was a kid. So myself and my brother have just been included when we were, I'd say 3 or 4 years old, and have been a member ever since, so 30 plus years I think.
My first choice of Wanderers was definitely for my mates. My mates were here, so I opted to join them. And when I joined them, I realized it's exactly where I want to be. You want to be at a club where, number one, your mates are. Number two, you've got a fantastic facility, which we now also are proud owners of. This new surface we do have is incredible to play on. And yeah, you enjoy your hockey a bit more because you're with your mates. You are able to enjoy the facility. So not only the Astro, but everything else that the club does have to offer, like the different venues we are able to use for our team buildings and so on it's a superb facility to be a part of.
I've been a member at Wanderers since I was 20 odd years old, so probably over 20 odd years now. I was fortunate enough to spend most of my senior playing hockey career in the Wanderers first side as a player as well as a coach, and it was an amazing experience. I think what I learned from that experience was it's one of those clubs where you get to meet really successful people who've done really well in sport but also in business, and it's one of the best life lessons to be able to spend time week in and week out with guys who've really done well.
Obviously, being a Wanderers member and being a very family orientated club and growing up in this sort of culture, I really enjoyed it, and sort of the hockey side of things and the family environment. So ever since I was a youngster all the way through to playing through high school and being included with the senior guys, and just being made to feel at home here at Wanderers has been fantastic. And then coming back after university and being able to do the same for the younger guys and the younger kids at the club has been fantastic. And just that family environment is something that's really appealing to me.
Wanderers hockey has been around since the 1940s. I mean, we've had Springboks since 1948. We've produced almost every year, we've produced a Springbok or a national player, and we've done exceptionally well. Even this last year, we had 3 Wanderers players who went to the Olympics, which was phenomenal and great for Wanderers hockey.
One man who's been heavily involved with South Africa's national sides and is also a Wanderers member is Brett Tucker. As technical coach for the Wanderers first team, Brett is in the perfect position to say what it is that makes the club so special.
I think the Wanderers club has got a magnificent history, over 100 years. And it's just one of those old South African amazing clubs where it's just got a lot of humble, good people, a lot of successful people, but just people that are really just good human beings. And that's why I think I've loved being a part of this as a player as well as a coach. My children are now involved. Our kids are 12, 9 and 5, and they're all involved in the mini hockey, which is equally as impressive. I think there's over 450 kids that come down on a Saturday morning. And just to be a part of that is it's just fabulous. The club also has a very strong masters section as well as a massive main club section.
We have good quality, we've got good depth, we've got players with international experience. Most of our players aspire to play provincially still. We've spent a lot of time the last 2 years encouraging people to come here, recruiting good players and good people to help us build a strong performance group, and it's starting to bear fruit.
We get a lot of the junior players involved within the senior teams, which I think helps develop those players. And then from there, generally we promote the players going to universities, experience different coaching styles, playing different types of hockey in different provinces, and then hopefully after the university coming back and bringing a couple of their teammates, and I think that's created over the past couple of years a really strong core here.
As first team men's captain, Stuart Spooner is at the top of the impressive Wanderers pyramid, which includes 6 ladies teams, 8 men's, and coaching facilities for everyone from under 5s upwards.
I think our goal for 2022 would obviously be to defend our league title from 2021. The league structure's changed slightly, but I think it's still our main focus.
We're obviously hoping to compete this year. Hopefully the Belgotex Elite Club Challenge will go ahead, and that's slowly becoming the pinnacle of club hockey in South Africa. So we've competed there over 5-6 years and lost in the final 2019. So obviously have a score to settle, and that's a big part of our planning going forward.
Away from the playing fields, the famous Chariots Bar at Wanderers has been upgraded and rebranded. Sports memorabilia dominates the facility, and the new name 14 is in honour of a World Cup winning Springbok and former Wanderers member, as Gavin Holston explains.
14, the name was derived from the number that my brother-in-law wore as a Springbok rugby player. So I was fortunate enough to have James Small as my brother-in-law, who sadly passed away a few years ago. So to try and keep his memory alive and the spirit of his great personality alive, we chose to name the bar 14 in his memory and in his honour. So yeah, that's where it all comes from. Everything's branded around his famous number.
One of the things that we at Wanderers are trying to do is obviously try and bring back that social aspect to clubs again, and bringing the fun back to being part of a social club as well as playing competitive sports. So the infrastructure that we're putting behind Wanderers Club in terms of these magnificent facilities that you see here, upgrading of the pubs, putting in, just general areas where as a family or as a social group you can come to and feel safe, happy, and have really good facilities. That's what we're putting a lot of effort behind.
14, which basically is Chariots Bar and the Terrace Restaurant, is open to the public. All the facilities themselves are obviously closed to members only, but any social aspect, our bars, restaurants are open to anyone to come through, and we welcome people to come through and take a look at the wonderful facilities, enjoy the time here, have a beer and something great to eat, and see what else the club has to offer.
When the old Wanderers clubhouse burnt down in 2004, some 30 million rand was ploughed into rebuilding the facility. Over the years, Wanderers has been forced to sell off some of its land to maintain its world-class sporting facilities. But as Stuart Spooner explains, the club remains a haven from the hurly-burly of life in Johannesburg.
Wanderers is a special club. I think you just come and you see the facilities that are available. We've got cricket fields, rugby fields, we've got tennis courts. It offers everything to all kinds of people from different backgrounds, which is fantastic. There's a really nice clubhouse which has so much heritage and so much history, which is fantastic, and it's great just to go into like the clubhouse to see all the names on the board of past Springboks that have represented South Africa through all the different sporting codes, and to go have a drink after training or go have a pizza with your family on a Friday evening it's a really exciting place to be.